guys, it's the 1MFP here! In the last video I addressed what I thought the defensive lineup will be for the Montreal Canadiens, and I assessed, various defensemen. In this video I want to do the same thing but for the forwards. So what are a few players that the Montreal Canadiens went and got over this past summer? Pairings, Manny Malhotra, Yuri Seacatch. These are three players I think will be very important to the roster for this upcoming season. Pairings, he's going to be top 6 forward with the Montreal Canadiens for sure. In my opinion, he's going to be on the top line with Max Pacioretty and David Desharnais. We all know Pacioretty and Desharnais have great chemistry together. Pairings, throughout camp, he's appeared to fit in very nicely with those two as well. So expect to see those three stay together. Then on the second line, Plekanec is going to be the center, and I know a lot of people want to see Galchenyuk be a center. We saw him get tested throughout camp at center. His zone entry is very good. He does it with relative ease, to be honest. His playmaking is dangerous for the opposition's defense. He could turn defensemen inside out and really put the opposition in an awkward place, and it creates great opportunities. Defensively, he wasn't exactly the best center, and that's understandable. That's going to take some time for sure, and I think that's where people's gripes are. They feel like he needs to be tested more at center, he needs to play more to gain experience at center. I think the problem is we have Desharnais and Plekanec. Those two guys are number 1 and number 2 centers no matter what. I don't want to say no matter what, actually. I don't think Desharnais is actually a number 1 center. I just think that the combination of Pacioretty and Desharnais forces Desharnais to be the number 1 center. Max Pacioretty is a number 1 left wing. He's an elite player for sure. But it's just that chemistry those two have. It forces Desharnais' hand to put Desharnais on the first line. And Plekanec, he's, in my opinion, he's our most reliable center. He's one of the best forwards from a defensive aspect as well. And so that would leave the center position at the third line, which Eller occupies. I don't think Galchenyuk would be a good fit there, just because you want Galchenyuk to be playing as many minutes as he possibly can. And in my opinion, that's why he's going to be on the second line. He's going to be the left wing on the second line to the left of Thomas Plekanec. I think if anything happens, like if there are any injuries or if Eller is lacking at center, you might see Galchenyuk go to the third line center every now and then. You might see Galchenyuk play center in case of injuries, whatever. You might see that, but right now they just want him to play as much as possible. That's why we're seeing him at left wing, and you can't replace a Thomas Plekanec with our current roster. And there's no way Galchenyuk is going to overtake Plekanec as the second line center, or Desharnais for that matter. In my opinion, the best case scenario would be to have Galchenyuk as the first line center, have him center Pacioretty and Pairings, but the thing is, where would you put Desharnais? The third line, or trade him, whatever. I don't think it's happening. I just think that chemistry between Desharnais and Pacioretty is too much to just break up. And then on the right wing of that second line is going to be Brendan Gallagher, almost certainly. See, this is where things get a little bit complicated. We have Pairings, Gallagher, and Seacatch. Seacatch has great chemistry with Plekanec, and I would love to see those two play together. But the thing is, how is that going to work out? You have Gallagher, who's proven himself for the past 2 seasons and has been amazing. You can't just put him on the third line when he's been playing on the first line and the second line for the most part. The egg line was really good. Was Eller, Galchenyuk, and Gallagher. I think it would be cool to go back with that as well, but I don't think that's going to happen once more because I think they want to give Galchenyuk as much ice time as possible. That's why we're going to see Plekanec with Gallagher and Galchenyuk. Seacatch, unfortunately, won't be with Plekanec. He'll be with Eller, and I think to the left of that will be Bourque and Bourneval. I think those two are going to rotate. You'll have Bourneval a few games, Bourque a few games. I'm sure we'll see the egg line come together every now and then, but I think consistently it'll be Galchenyuk, Plekanec, Gallagher, and Bourque, Eller, Seacatch. One thing I'd like to touch up on Seacatch is he's got cardio, he's fast, he's a playmaker, he's got slick hands. Him and Plekanec find each other very easily on the ice. They have great chemistry. I would love to see them come together, and I think we will see flashes of that, I guess. We'll see Gallagher and Seacatch alternate lines. And on the fourth line, I think it's pretty much obvious. The fourth line has been solid. Malhotra, let me say this about Malhotra. With the departures of Gianta and Georges and the emergence of the young veterans as leaders, I think a guy like Malhotra is a great acquisition just because he's a great leader himself. It allows the young veterans to have a little bit of pressure taken off of them, and it gives them somebody to learn from as well, somebody extra to learn from. So in that respect, and locker room wise, that's a great acquisition. And then also, he's a face-off specialist, which is something the Habs always need. You think of any time the Habs have been successful, they've had a face-off specialist. Think of Jeff Halpern, Dominic Moore. These guys have been on the third and fourth line winning face-offs consistently, and that helped the Habs tremendously in the long run. In terms of making a final push to make the playoffs, in terms of having success in the playoffs. So I think having Manny Malhotra in the lineup, a face-off specialist, will be very helpful for the Canadiens. And then on the left you have Brandon Prust, who I don't think you have to say much about Brandon Prust. He's a great leader. He's very energetic. He's very physical. And on the right side, you have the same thing with Dale Weiss. I think that fourth line is very solid, and I think it's going to contribute to a lot of the success that the Habs are going to see. So I think that's what the lines are going to look like. The odd man left out is Travis Moen. I'm not really sure where he fits in. Anyways, that does it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.